The day is slowly falling away now, like a soft curtain being drawn. The world around you is becoming quieter, dimmer, a little more distant. Here, in this gentle pocket of time, nothing is urgent. Nothing is demanding an answer. This is a place where you do not have to be on. You do not have to try. You do not have to hold everything together. You are allowed to simply arrive, exactly as you are. Notice how it feels to let those words sink in. Nothing to fix right now. Nothing to improve. Nothing to finish before you can rest. The mind may still be moving, carrying echoes of the day. That is completely okay. Thoughts may wander in, like visitors standing at the doorway. They do not need to be chased away or solved. They can simply be noticed and allowed to soften at the edges. In this moment, the only gentle invitation is to arrive here. Not some perfect, peaceful version of you, just you, in this very breath, in this very body, with whatever is here, tired or restless, heavy or wired, quiet or full of noise inside. All of it is allowed. Begin by sensing the simple fact that you are here, a body resting in a safe place, supported, held up by whatever you are lying on or leaning against. You do not have to do anything to make that support work. It is already there, underneath you, carrying your weight. If it feels okay, allow your attention to settle a little more into your body. Noticing any place that feels heavy, any place that feels light, without changing anything. Just noticing, like watching gentle waves on a very calm shore. If the breath wants to sigh, it can sigh. If it wants to remain soft and small, that is fine too. There is no correct way to breathe here, only the natural rhythm that is already happening, rising and falling on its own. You might feel the breath at the tip of the nose, cool as it comes in, warmer as it leaves, or in the chest, lifting and settling, or in the belly, softly expanding, softly releasing. Wherever it is most vivid, you may rest your awareness there, lightly, like a feather resting on water. Thoughts might still be active, and that is completely normal. The mind is used to carrying stories, worries, plans, and memories. For so long, it has tried to keep you safe by holding on to everything. Here, it can be gently reminded that it does not have to work so hard right now. Imagine each thought as a small crumple in a sheet laid over a bed. The sheet is still there. The bed is still there. The crumples are not a problem. Now, in your own quiet way, begin to smooth the fabric with your attention. You do not need to push the thoughts away. Instead, soften around them. If a worry appears, imagine softening the outline of it, as if you were gently blurring the edges. It becomes less sharp, less tight, more like a cloud in the distance than a stone in the hand. If a memory shows up, you might look at it from a step or two farther back, seeing it with a little more space around it, like watching a scene through a window, instead of standing in the middle of it. It can be there, and you can still be here, in this quiet room of the present moment. Notice how the body responds when you remember that nothing needs to be solved right now. Maybe the shoulders drop a tiny bit. Maybe the jaw loosens, even just a fraction. Perhaps the hands rest a little more heavily. The body understands the language of nothing to do. It knows this place. If any part of you still feels like it must stay alert, that is welcome too. You do not have to force it to relax. Simply let that part know it is seen. It has worked hard today. It has tried to protect you, to keep things together. Now it can begin to lean back even just slightly into the support that is all around. Feel the contact between your body and the surface beneath you, the gentle weight of your head, the curve of your back, the length of your legs. Notice how gravity is doing all the work of holding you here. You are being carried without any effort at all. If the mind wants something to rest on, it can follow the slow rhythm of the breath, in and out, like waves rolling onto a quiet shore, then slipping back again. Nothing dramatic, just the steady, familiar movement of life, continuing in its own time. You might silently say to yourself, "Right now I am allowed to rest," or "Right now I do not have to fix anything." Feel how those words land inside you and let them spread out, like a warm drink moving through the body. If emotions arise, they do not need to be named or explained. They can float through like soft shapes in the dark. You do not have to hold on to them. You do not have to push them away. They can come and go while you rest in something quieter, deeper, underneath. The edges of everything can become a little softer now. The edge between body and bed. The edge between you and the air around you. The edge between thoughts and silence. All of them gently blurring, like twilight easing between day and night. Notice how the room feels when you give yourself permission to slow down. Sounds, if there are any, can fade into the background, part of a soft, distant landscape. They do not pull you. They do not require a response. They are just part of the world outside, while you rest more deeply inside. Breath by breath, arrive more fully here, not rushing, not forcing. Simply allowing yourself to settle, the way a snow globe slowly grows clear after it has been shaken. The tiny pieces of thought and feeling drifting downward in slow motion until they come to rest. You do not have to reach any special state. You do not have to feel a certain way. Whatever you feel right now is already enough for this moment of rest. The body knows how to move towards sleep in its own gentle timing. Your only task, if there is one, is to get out of its way. Every small softening is enough. The smallest unclenching of the fingers, the faintest ease in the forehead, the quiet awareness of the breath moving in the dark, each one a tiny signal to the nervous system that says, "It is okay now. You are safe enough to rest." Allow those words to drift through you like a calm breeze. Safe enough to rest, safe enough to pause, safe enough to not know, not plan, not decide. Just this breath, and this one. The mind may still stir from time to time, and that is all right. Whenever it does, you can gently smooth the crumpled sheet again, not perfectly, just enough, softening the tight corners of thought so they lie a little flatter, a little quieter. Feel yourself arriving more fully in your own softness, in the simple comfort of being a body at rest, held, supported, surrounded by quiet. Nothing to chase, nowhere to go, nothing to earn with effort or strain. This is a time that belongs only to rest, to easing, to drifting gently towards sleep. And as you continue to lie here, breathing in your own natural rhythm, the edges of the day grow faint, like distant lights fading one by one, until only this soft darkness, this warm stillness is left, and you can simply be here just as you are, letting everything grow quieter and quieter as the night gathers gently around you. The day is slowly loosening its grip now. All the colors and sounds and moments of today are beginning to fade into the softer light of night. Here, where you are, nothing needs to be done. Nothing needs to be fixed or solved. For these next moments, you are allowed to simply arrive, to land gently in this space, just as you are. Feel the quiet support beneath you, the bed holding your weight without effort, without question. Notice the simple contact of your body with the mattress, the way the pillow cradles your head, the way the blanket rests over you like a soft, steady hand. You do not have to change how you lie. You do not have to find the perfect position. Whatever posture your body has chosen for now is enough. Let yourself be received by the surface beneath you, the way a shore receives each small wave. All the activity of the day can start to sit a little farther away. Conversations, tasks, screens, plans. They can move to the edges, like objects on a distant horizon. Still there, but no longer right up close. Notice one small point of contact, perhaps the back of your head on the pillow, or the weight of your legs resting on the bed. Just feel that one place where your body and the bed meet, and gently linger there for a moment. If the mind is busy, that is okay. Thoughts may still be moving quickly, like birds crossing the sky. They do not need to stop. They can just be background while your attention rests with this feeling of being held. Imagine a small bird returning to its nest at the end of the day. It may arrive with its wings a little tired, feathers a bit ruffled by the wind. It doesn't have to look a certain way. It is simply welcomed back into the softness of its nest, into the place that knows the shape of its body. In the same way, this bed knows the shape of you. Your familiar weight, your warmth. You are not asking anything of it, and it is not asking anything of you. It is simply here, supporting you, quietly and completely. Let your attention drift to your shoulders for a moment. Notice how they rest against the bed, or the pillow, or the air. They might be holding on to a little of the day's effort. That is all right. Just acknowledge them, the way you might acknowledge a friend, and allow them to soften a tiny bit if they wish. If they do not soften, that is okay too. Nothing has to happen on command. This is a place of gentle permission, not pressure. Everything about your experience in this moment is welcome. Feel the back of your body, the way it settles downward, your back, your hips, your legs, all yielding to gravity. There is nothing these parts of you have to carry right now. The bed is doing the holding for a while. Notice the front of your body as well, your chest, your belly, resting quietly. If you feel any fluttering or tightness here, you do not need to push it away. Just allow it to be included in this soft landing, the way a leaf is included in the surface of a still pond. Imagine a leaf floating down through the air at the end of a long day of wind. For a while it may whirl, turn, spin. Then slowly the movement lessens. The air around it grows calmer, and the leaf drifts down, down, until it comes to rest on quiet water. Feel yourself like that leaf. Even if the mind is still swirling a little, your body is drifting toward stillness, toward the gentle, clear surface of rest. Notice now the warmth around you, the temperature of the room against your skin, the soft weight of the blanket, how it presses just enough to remind you that you are here, in this body, in this moment, safe enough to release a little more. Let your awareness move slowly, like a calm hand, from the top of your body downward, from your forehead, across your eyes, along your cheeks and jaw. Not to change anything, only to greet each place and offer it the chance to relax. If it wishes to hold on, that is fine too. The invitation is gentle, without demand. Sense your throat, the back of your neck, the curve where your head meets the pillow. Each place held, supported. Notice how the bed rises up to meet you. You are not falling, you are being caught. Thoughts may still come and go. They might replay moments from today. They might jump ahead to tomorrow. Whenever you notice this, you can simply return, kindly, to the feeling of your body resting here. Feel your chest again, rising and falling. You do not have to take a special kind of breath. Your body already knows how to breathe. You might just follow one slow exhale and imagine it carrying away a bit of the day's tension. Then let the next breath arrive on its own. As the breath moves, notice how it gently rocks you from the inside, a slow, steady tide, in and out, rising and falling. This quiet rhythm is always here, even when the mind is busy. Allow your awareness now to drift down to your belly and lower back. Feel the contact with the bed, the subtle shaping of the mattress around you. Picture the way a nest curves around the small body of that bird. Nothing sharp, nothing demanding, just a soft, steady cradle. If any part of you feels restless or unsettled, you do not need to fight with it. You might simply whisper inwardly, "It's okay. You can be here too." Tension, restlessness, worry, all allowed to sit quietly beside the parts of you that feel more at ease. Bring attention to your hips, your thighs, the long line of your legs. Notice their weight, how the bed receives them. No need to hold them up, no need to keep them ready. For now they can be heavy, grounded, at rest. Feel the gentle pull of gravity as a kindness. It is what allows you to lie here, to be supported, to let go downward. Your whole back body, from head to heels, is resting in a soft imprint, a shape made just for you in this moment. If your mind wanders away, that is completely natural. You might suddenly remember something, or start planning, or drift into a small story. Whenever you notice, you can simply return without any blame, like guiding a child by the hand back to a cozy seat. Back to the pillow, the blanket, the bed beneath you. Sense again how everything around you is still enough to hold you. The air, the darkness, the quiet. Even the faint sounds in the distance become part of a soft background, like the gentle rustle of trees around that hidden nest. You are not required to be any different than you are right now. Not calmer, not quieter, not better. You are allowed to arrive in this space with all that you carry, and you are allowed to set some of it down, little by little, without hurry. Feel the outline of your body starting to blur a little into the softness beneath you. The edges not so sharp, the muscles not so alert, as if you are settling more deeply into your own shape, your own safe place. Each exhale may feel a touch longer now, a bit more unhurried, like the final flutter of that leaf before it rests, like the bird folding its wings and tucking its head into the quiet curve of its body. Here, In this gentle landing, you are held by the bed, by the blanket, by the simple fact of being here. Thoughts may come and go, sensations may rise and fall, all of it simply passing through this wider feeling of being supported. Nothing needs to happen next, nowhere else to go. Allow yourself to rest in the awareness of contact and warmth, of weight and softness. Let your own presence be enough. And as the pauses between thoughts grow a little longer, as the body sinks a little deeper, you can remain here, quietly contained, quietly grounded, resting in this gentle sense of being welcomed just as you are. The night is quiet around you now, soft, steady, and kind. The body has begun to settle, even if the mind is still a little busy. Breath moving in and out, a gentle rhythm, nothing to fix, nothing to get right. Notice how the space around you holds you. The bed, the pillows, the blankets, the air touching your skin, all of it quietly saying, it is safe to soften here. Thoughts may still be moving, that is completely okay. The mind has its own way of unwinding at the end of the day. Sometimes it slows easily, sometimes it moves a little longer. For now, no need to fight with any of it. No need to push thoughts away or pull them closer. They can simply be like gentle sounds in another room, present but not demanding all of your attention. Imagine for a moment that your awareness is a wide, calm evening sky, soft blue deepening toward night, very open, very spacious. No edges, no walls, just a gentle sense of vastness. Across this sky, thoughts drift like quiet clouds. Some clouds are small and light, some are thicker and slower. All of them pass by, changing shape without any effort from you. A thought might appear like, did I do enough today? Or, I still need to handle that tomorrow. You might notice it as if you are seeing a cloud. You recognize its shape, you know what it is. Then, instead of climbing into it, instead of holding on to it, simply feel that cloud continuing to move. It slides across the sky of your awareness, drifting toward the horizon, becoming a little softer, a little more distant with each breath. If another thought rises, maybe a memory or a small regret from the day, there is nothing wrong. The sky does not argue with the clouds. It does not try to erase them. It just remains open and still, allowing them to pass in their own time. Notice how it feels to be more like the sky than the clouds, wide, quiet, patient, able to hold whatever appears, without strain. Now gently bring attention to the breath again, in and out, warm air, cool air, a steady, comforting wave that keeps coming back to shore. Thoughts about tomorrow might appear in this soft space, to-do lists, plans, tiny details. Remember to send that message. Don't forget the appointment. Tomorrow I should really, all the small pieces of life lining up at the edge of sleep. You do not have to solve anything right now. Imagine placing each of these to-do thoughts on a quiet, sturdy shelf in a peaceful room. One by one, you see the thought. You acknowledge it kindly. Then you set it down on that shelf, knowing it will be there in the morning. Each task can wait. Nothing is slipping away. Nothing is being lost. You are not abandoning your responsibilities. You are simply letting the night hold them for you until it is time to pick them up again. Feel how the body responds when you do this. Perhaps the shoulders loosen a little, the jaw softens, the belly relaxes, breath moving more freely, like a gentle tide. Sometimes the mind replays conversations from the day, words we said, words we heard, moments when we wish we had spoken differently, moments when we felt unseen, unheard, or misunderstood. If any of those scenes are visiting you now, greet them with a soft, understanding presence. You might picture each replayed conversation as a small wave rolling in toward the shore. It rises, curls, and then spreads out in a thin shining line along the sand. Nothing to hold, nothing to chase. Watch the wave arrive. Feel the emotion that comes with it, just enough to know it is there. Then watch it recede, sliding back into the larger ocean of your life. Another wave may come and then fade. You remain here on the quiet shore, steady and safe. If another worry steps forward, maybe about someone you care for, you do not need to push it away. Instead, wrap that worry in gentleness. You can imagine placing it on that same distant shelf, or letting it rest in a small glowing boat on calm water, anchored and safe for the night. You can return to it with fresh eyes and a rested heart later. Notice how, when you give thoughts a place to rest, your whole being begins to feel more spacious, not so crowded, not so tangled. The mind has room to breathe. Here you are not trying to stop thinking. You are simply stepping a little to the side, watching thoughts come and go, like someone sitting on a quiet hill, watching evening clouds shift color as the sun goes down. Every now and then you may find that you got pulled into a thought again. Maybe a story about the past, maybe an imagined future. The moment you notice, that is already a gentle return. Nothing has gone wrong. Return to the simple feeling of lying here, the weight of the body, the support beneath you, the soft flow of air through your nose or mouth, the slow rise and fall of your chest. Thoughts are still allowed to move in the background. You do not have to control them. You are simply choosing not to follow each one all the way down its path. They can wander off on their own, like children playing in a wide field, while you rest in the shade of a quiet tree. Feel this slight distance between you and the thoughts. Not a wall, not a hard separation, just enough space that you can see them more clearly. They are activity. You are the calm awareness noticing that activity. As this awareness softens, the edges of each thought blur a little. Worries lose their sharp corners. Memories become a touch lighter. Even the to-do list fades into something softer, less urgent, like handwriting seen from far away. With each easy breath, invite a little more room around whatever arises. Thought appears, room appears around it. The thought floats, turns, and moves on. If nothing in particular is coming to mind right now, rest in that open, quiet sky. Enjoy the simple spaciousness, the gentle hum of being alive, the warmth of the bed, the soft pull of sleep beginning to gather at the edges of awareness. Should a new thought pop up, greet it the way you might greet a bird landing on a fence. You notice it, maybe you nod to it in your own way. Then it flies off again, without any need to be captured or analyzed. Again, feel the breath, in and out, slow and natural. The body knows how to do this without your help, the same way the mind knows how to think, and also how to rest. Here, in this gentle in-between time, thinking does not have to stop. It only needs to soften. Thoughts become part of the background like distant waves or a soft breeze at night. Your attention settles more and more into the simple comfort of this moment. The sky of your awareness is wide and kind. Clouds come and go. Waves rise and fall. Shelves hold tomorrow's tasks with quiet reliability. And you here are allowed to do nothing at all. Just resting, just breathing, letting the mind's edges blur and soften, until all that remains is a calm, gentle openness, easing slowly, quietly, toward sleep. The day is slowly loosening its hold now. Edges that felt sharp a little while ago are already a little softer. Thoughts that used to rush past are beginning to drift, like clouds that have lost their hurry. Here, in this quiet moment, nothing needs to be fixed or solved. Nothing needs to be figured out. You are simply here, in a body that has carried you through the day, ready to rest. Let awareness gently move toward the breath, not with effort, just a soft turning, the way your eyes might drift toward a light in the dark. Notice how the breath is already happening on its own, in and out. A quiet tide always moving, even when you forget to pay attention to it. Sense the inhale as it arrives. Cooler air touching the tip of the nose, the back of the throat, the upper chest. Then the exhale, a little warmer, leaving the body like a soft sigh against the night. Without changing anything yet, simply feel this difference. Cool as the breath comes in, warm as it flows out, like moving your hand from the shade into the sun, then gently back into the shade. If the breath feels tight or shallow, that is completely all right. It does not need to be deep or perfect. It does not need to be anything other than what it already is. Imagine the breath as a small, steady lantern in a quiet room. With each inhale, the lantern glows just a little brighter. With each exhale, it softens and dims again, never going out, just pulsing gently with your own rhythm. Feel that subtle glow in the chest, not forcing it, just sensing a gentle warming on the in-breath and a soft release on the out-breath. In this place, you do not need to breathe in any special way. You are simply watching this lantern of breath, brightening and softening, brightening and softening. A calm, steady comfort that asks nothing of you. If the mind wanders, that is natural. Thoughts may drift in like leaves on the surface of water. They can be there. You do not have to push them away. Each time you notice you have followed a thought, let the breath be a quiet invitation to come back. Cool air coming in, warm air going out, the gentle lantern still there, still glowing at the center of your chest. Now, very softly, invite the breath to lengthen just a little. Not a big inhale, just a slightly slower, smoother one, as if you are sipping the air instead of taking it all at once. Breathing in, count slowly in your own mind. 1, 2, 3. Breathing out, count the same. 1, 2, 3. Easy, unhurried numbers that ride on the tide of your breath. If that feels like too much, let it go. Return to your natural rhythm whenever you like. The breath will keep you company either way. Notice how the body responds as the breath smooths out. Perhaps the shoulders drop a little. Perhaps the jaw unclenches. Perhaps the chest feels a touch more open, like a window eased slightly wider to the night air. Picture the breath as a wave touching a quiet shore. On the inhale, the tide comes in, gently washing up along the sand. On the exhale, it slips back, leaving the shore smooth and clean. Any small tightness inside you can be like stones at the water's edge. With each wave that rolls in and rolls out, those stones are slowly rounded and softened. Their sharp angles grow gentler, their surfaces smoother, worn down by patient rhythmic motion. A thought appears. The breath moves in and out around it, like water around a rock. A memory arises. The breath keeps moving, soft tide in, soft tide out, never arguing, never resisting. Feel the breath at the edges of the body now, at the collarbones, as they subtly rise and fall, at the ribs, expanding like a quiet opening, then settling back again, at the belly, gently swelling and relaxing, like a calm sea. On the in-breath, sense life moving toward the edges. On the out-breath, sense heaviness draining away from those edges, like sand drifting slowly back into the ocean. If you notice a place that feels tight, you might rest your attention there for a moment. Perhaps the back of the neck, the center of the chest, the throat, or the space between the eyebrows. As you breathe in, imagine the air passing by that tender place, like a breeze brushing a curtain. As you breathe out, allow that area to soften by just one small degree, not all at once, just a tiny loosening, as if one thread has been gently untied. Cool in-breath, warm out-breath, breath moving to the edges, then back again, rounding and smoothing the roughness of the day. Notice how the breath does not rush. Even if the mind feels a little restless, the breath is slower than the thoughts. It is always slightly behind them, like a calm friend walking with you while the world hurries past. You do not have to match the world's speed right now. You only follow the pace of this quiet friend, this breath, step by step, in and out, wave after gentle wave. Begin to let go of counting now, if you were counting. Allow the breath to find its own length again, natural, easy, unmanaged. Instead of shaping the breath, let the breath shape you. Let it decide how deep or shallow, how slow or a little faster it wants to be. Your only task is to feel it as it moves. Feel how every breath is slightly different, like waves that are never quite the same height. Some inhales are shorter, some exhales are longer. All of them are welcome. All of them are enough. If you would like, picture that lantern again in the center of your chest. Notice how, without effort, its glow has become steadier, less flickering, more constant. Each inhale feeds this light with a soft brightness. Each exhale spreads that gentle glow through the body, outward toward the shoulders, the arms, the hands, down through the ribs, the belly, the hips, the legs, and the feet. Breath in. The glow brightens a little at the center. Breath out. The glow travels to the edges, warming every corner of you. There is nothing you need to do to deserve this softness. You are already here, breathing, and that is more than enough. Notice if the chest feels a bit more open now, if the throat feels a bit freer, if the breath moves with less effort, as though the body trusts it more. Every exhale is a chance to set something down. You do not need to name what it is. Just let a little more weight slip away each time the breath leaves the body. Thoughts may still come and go. They float on the surface. The breathing happens deeper down, in a quieter layer of you. You are resting there, in that quiet, beneath the thoughts. Allow the rhythm of the breath to become very simple again. In, cool and gentle. Out, warm and soft. Nothing complicated. Just the oldest, kindest motion you know. If the mind asks, "Am I doing this right?" notice that too and wrap it in the breath. Inhale, meeting the question with softness. Exhale, letting the question drift away like foam pulled back into the sea. Right now, breathing is enough. Lying here is enough. Resting in this slow, natural rhythm is enough. With each breath, the edges of the day blur a bit more. The lines between one thought and the next grow hazier, washed in this slow tide of air. Your whole body is being cradled by this rhythm, rocked by it, held. Stay with this gentle rocking, cool in-breath, warm out-breath. The lantern of the chest glowing softly, sending warmth to the edges and back again. Nothing to reach for, nowhere else to be. Just this slow breathing, moving like waves along a quiet shore, rounding every sharp place into something smooth, soft, and deeply at ease. The day is slowly loosening its hold now. Thoughts that once felt sharp and busy are beginning to soften at the edges. The room around you is quiet enough, still enough to hold you gently. Your body knows that night has come and that it is safe to rest. Notice how you are being supported. The surface beneath you is holding all of your weight, so you do not have to. You do not need to sit up or stand or carry anything. Every part of you is allowed to ease down, to be exactly where it is. Sense the simple fact that you have arrived here. The day is behind you now. Everything that happened has already happened. Nothing from earlier needs to be solved in this moment. You might feel little echoes of the day still moving through you. Bits of conversation, a glance at a screen, something you meant to do and did not finish. They may pass through your awareness, one by one, like distant sounds that are already fading. Imagine all of those pieces of the day, all those impressions and tasks and moments, resting lightly on your skin, as if a very thin layer of snow has settled over you. Soft, delicate, barely there, not heavy, just present. Notice how this snow, this gentle frost, does not belong to you. It is not who you are. It is simply what landed on you while you moved through your hours. It can melt. It is ready to melt. Now sense a warm golden light at the top of your head, like the softest evening sun, or the glow of a bedside lamp beneath closed eyes. It does not shine brightly. It simply warms, quietly and steadily. Feel this warmth resting at the crown of your head. No effort, no strain, just a gentle presence, as if a small pool of light is gathered there, calm, steady, kind. With each slow breath, this golden warmth begins to drift downward. It moves like warm water, almost as if you are standing under a gentle shower of light. It pours softly across your scalp, loosening any tightness that might still be hiding there. Forehead smoothing, temples softening, the space between your eyebrows unknitting and easing. As the warm light flows over your face, imagine that thin frost of the day beginning to melt. The little concerns that sat around your eyes, around your mouth, around your jaw, they begin to dissolve, droplet by tiny droplet. They have no resistance to this warmth. They simply let go. Feel your eyelids resting heavily, comfortably. The muscles around your eyes are quiet now. Cheeks loose, lips soft, tongue resting comfortably in your mouth. Your jaw unhooks and relaxes, held only by gravity and ease. The golden warmth continues to travel down. It glides along the back of your head, down your neck. Each place it touches, the frost of the day melts a little more. Conversations, worries, quick reactions, all slipping away like water. Across your shoulders, this warmth spreads slowly and steadily. As it moves, it feels as though someone is taking a heavy coat off your shoulders. The weight of responsibilities gently being lifted and set aside. You do not have to carry them into the night. Imagine now that you are standing just beneath a stream of warm water. It flows from above your head and down your neck, over your shoulders, over your back and chest. Every drop knows exactly what to do. It finds the places where you held yourself tight today, and it softens them, one by one. The warm water or warm light gathers at the tops of your shoulders. Feel it soaking into the muscles there, easing them, unwinding them. That familiar tension, like tight threads, slowly loosens. What once felt tense now feels heavy, relaxed, and deeply at rest. Let the warmth drift down your upper arms, over biceps and triceps, sinking deeper into the muscles, then down through your elbows, into your forearms, wrists, and hands. The snow of the day melts from your arms, dripping harmlessly away. Sense your hands becoming very soft and quiet. Fingers no longer ready to type or tap or reach for anything. They are simply resting, warm and still. Any tasks left undone slide out through your fingertips, as if they were only grains of salt washing into the sea. The golden warmth returns to your chest. Feel it spreading across your collarbones, down over your heart. There may have been feelings you carried today. Small ones, big ones, ones you could name, and others you could not. This warmth does not need to understand them. It simply holds them, then loosens them. As the light settles over your heart, the thin frost of the day that gathered there begins to melt. Old words, expectations, small stings or disappointments, even moments of joy that felt a little too bright, they all soften and run clear. Your chest feels spacious, open, and gently quiet. The warmth continues down into your ribs, your sides, and your back. It slides between each rib, filling the space behind your heart, along your spine. Any effort you made to stand tall, to push through, to keep going, is allowed to drain away now. You no longer need to hold yourself up with willpower. The bed or the couch or the ground will hold you instead. Noticing your breath, feel how the warm light moves in rhythm with it. As you breathe in, the warmth gathers. As you breathe out, it flows and spreads. No need to change anything. Simply noticing is enough. The warmth now reaches your belly. This is where so much of the day often settles. Thoughts, reactions, tiny clutches of worry or planning. Imagine the golden light resting there like a soft hand, kind and calm. As it settles over your abdomen, the frost of the day begins to release from this place too. Muscles unclench. Any tight knot begins to loosen. Your belly gently rises and falls with each breath, easy and free. The warm flow continues downward into your lower back, your hips, the bowl of your pelvis. Areas that may have worked hard to keep you moving, sitting, bending, reaching, now exhale in their own way. Picture the last little patches of frost here, melting and running off the sides of your body. The day sliding away from your hips and lower back, like water flowing down smooth stones. Slowly, the warmth moves into your thighs. It wraps around the front of your legs, glides down the backs, seeps into the sides. All the walking, standing, climbing, all the effort of getting from place to place is releasing now. Your thighs become heavy and supported, like they are sinking into a soft cloud. It drifts down through your knees, tender and careful. Even your joints are invited to rest, then into your calves and shins, soothing every small ache, every tired fiber. The thin layer of snow that rested along your legs is gone now, melted away. Finally, the golden warmth reaches your ankles, your feet, your toes. Feel it pouring into your heels, the arches of your feet, each individual toe. Every step you took today can now be set down. The road behind you is complete. All at once you may sense your whole body as it is now, warm from head to toe, clear, open, a little lighter. The weight of the day has slipped away like a coat left at the door. If any tiny patches of frost remain, let the warmth find them, without searching, without effort. They are discovered and softened in their own time, in their own way. Nothing needs to be forced. Notice how your body feels now compared to when you first settled down, more at ease, more grounded, more spacious inside. The mind, sensing this comfort, can begin to rest too. Thoughts slow and stretch out. They become softer, quieter, less sharp. Each one has permission to drift off like a small cloud floating beyond the horizon. You are lying here, wrapped in your own presence. Warmth from within, warmth from below, warmth from around you. There is nothing you must do next. Nothing you must remember, nothing you must fix. If a thought of tomorrow appears, notice it as if it were a snowflake landing on warm skin. It touches, then melts, then is gone. There is only this gentle warmth, this soft breathing, this moment of rest. Feel how peaceful it is to be here with nothing to carry. The day has completed itself. You have stepped out of its weight and left it behind. All that remains is this quiet, this comfort, this slow drifting into deeper and deeper ease. Let yourself float in this feeling a little longer, held by warmth, held by softness, held by the deep knowing that it is safe to let go. Each breath now moves more slowly. Each exhale releases a little more into the bed beneath you. Your body is heavy and loose, like it is gently melting into the night. Thoughts have grown distant. The warmth has done its work. The day has melted away, and you can simply rest in the sweet quiet space that remains. The day is already softening behind you now. Everything that needed your attention can grow a little distant. Breath by breath, the outside world can rest where it is, while you move gently inward. Feel your body where it is, supported, held. Notice the weight of you, the way gravity is taking care of everything. Shoulders can sink, jaw can loosen, eyes can rest, even if they are still slightly open or already closing. Let your breathing be easy and unforced, a slow, comfortable breath in, and a longer, quieter breath out. Again, in and out, as though each exhale is smoothing the edges of the day, rounding the corners of every thought. With each exhale, all the noise of the day can slowly drift to the edges. Conversations, decisions, tasks, worries. They can all move a little farther away, as if they belong to another room, in another part of the house, far from where you are now. Somewhere just inside, there is a place that is only for rest, a private inner space that needs nothing from you at all. You do not have to make it appear. It is already here, waiting quietly, just beyond the busyness of the surface mind. Imagine now that you are standing at the edge of that inner place. Ahead there is a doorway. It might be the shape of a familiar door from childhood, or something simpler, like an open arch, or just a soft curtain of quiet. However it appears, let it feel gentle, welcoming, and safe. Notice the way this doorway feels rather than how it looks. Perhaps there is a sense of warmth around it, a feeling that on the other side, nothing is loud, nothing is urgent, nothing is expected, only ease. Take a slow breath as you stand at this threshold. On the inhale, you are still aware of the outer world, the day behind you. On the exhale, you lean just a little closer to the doorway, toward rest, toward softness. When you are ready in your own time, imagine yourself reaching out. Maybe your hand meets a smooth handle, or a soft curtain, or simply the cool edge of the doorway itself. Feel the texture under your fingers, steady and real. This is a threshold into a space that belongs only to your peace. Now gently step across. One quiet step, and then perhaps another. As you cross, let the sounds of the day stay behind you, like a door slowly closing on its own. Not slammed, not forced, just easing shut until all that is left is a comfortable, muted hush. You are now inside your quiet room within. Take a moment here, without needing to change anything. Notice how the air feels different, softer, still, as if the very space is breathing calmly with you. The light in this room is exactly how you like it. It might be very dim, like late evening, or a gentle golden glow, soft and steady, with no harshness at all. Whatever arises, let it bring a sense of comfort, like the glow of a lamp in a safe, familiar place. Let your attention drift down to the floor beneath your feet, or the surface that holds you here. Maybe it is a thick, soft rug, or smooth, cool wood, or a bed that perfectly fits the shape of your resting body. Feel how stable it is, how it carries your weight with quiet ease. Look around in your mind's eye, slowly, as if you have all the time in the world. Notice a chair or a couch, or a resting place that invites you closer. It might be deep and cushioned, or simple and familiar. Whatever you sense, let it feel like the most natural place for you to rest. Move toward it in your imagination. With each step, muscles can loosen a little more. Thoughts that were sharp can blur at the edges, like soft chalk lines in gentle rain. You are walking into deeper and deeper safety. When you reach your chosen place, settle into it. Feel how it receives the shape of you, how it adjusts to support every curve and angle. No part of you is left hanging or tense. Your back is supported, your head can be cradled, your legs can stretch or curl in whatever way feels easiest. Notice the textures around you. Perhaps there is a blanket, warm and light, brushing against your skin. Perhaps the fabric of the chair is smooth or velvety or worn in the most comforting way. Let your fingers in your mind trace these textures as slowly as you like. The air here has its own gentle scent. Maybe it is clean and simple like fresh air after rain. Maybe it holds the faint memory of something you love, a touch of lavender, warm wood, or the softest hint of your favorite tea. Whatever it is quiet, familiar, and calming. Somewhere in this room there may be a window. Not a window you have to go to or look through unless you wish. Just knowing it there is enough. Beyond it you might sense a peaceful landscape, a calm sea at dusk, or a field of tall grass moving slowly in a night breeze, or the safe darkness of a quiet garden. All of it distant, gentle, asking nothing of you. Inside this room the sounds are hushed. Maybe there is a faint, steady rhythm, like distant waves, or the softest whisper of wind far away. Or perhaps the quiet is almost complete, a deep, soothing stillness that wraps around you like a soft cocoon. Here, in this room within, time does not push or pull. There are no clocks, no alarms, no schedules to meet. The only rhythm is the rise and fall of your breath, the slow ebb and flow of your own resting body. Breathe in and feel the room breathing with you. Breathe out and feel any remaining tension sliding away, as if this inner space is gently drawing it out and dissolving it. Nothing is wrong here. Nothing needs to be fixed or changed. If any thought from the day drifts in, it can be treated like a visitor at the door. You might simply nod to it from your cozy place and let it know that right now you are resting. It can wait outside or wander off. Here, inside this room, only softness stays. Notice how safe it feels to do nothing, to not respond, not plan, not remember, not solve. You are allowed to just be. The room is holding you. Your breath is carrying you. The rest of you can loosen and drift. If you like, imagine drawing a very light, soft curtain around your chair, or around the whole room. It is almost weightless, just a sense of extra privacy, extra quiet. Behind this veil, everything becomes even more muted, even more distant. You are completely free to let go. Every part of you is welcome here. The tired parts, the worried parts, the hopeful parts. All of them can rest for a while on this gentle shore inside. Nothing is judged. Nothing is rushed. Feel how your body responds to this sense of safety. Maybe the breath slows a little more. Maybe the limbs grow heavier, sinking deeper into the cushions or the bed that holds you. Maybe the space behind your eyes grows dimmer, softer, as if the room itself is whispering, "It's all right to drift." This quiet room within is not fragile. It does not disappear when you leave it. It is always here, just a few slow breaths away, just a soft turning inward from wherever you are. It belongs to you completely, and it asks nothing in return. For now, you are nestled inside it, held by its gentle light, its calm air, its peaceful stillness, breathing slowly, easily, feeling the edges of mind and body soften, blur, and unwind. Thoughts may come and go more faintly now, like distant voices through many closed doors. Sensation may grow lighter or heavier, floating or sinking, in exactly the way that feels most restful. You do not need to follow anything that moves. You can simply rest in the center of this room, like a stone at the bottom of a clear, quiet pool. Allow the pauses to grow a little longer now. Less to do, less to hear, less to hold. Just the soft continuity of breathing and the silent presence of this sanctuary around you. And nothing is demanded of you here. You are already doing enough just by resting. Let the gentle safety of this place wrap around you, from the top of your head, all the way down through your chest, your belly, your legs, to the very tips of your toes. Stay as long as you like in this private quiet. Let the room keep watching over you, steady and kind, as your awareness grows softer and slower, drifting, settling, easing itself into the sweetest, simplest rest. The day is already far behind you now. The edges of noise, of plans and conversations have grown faint and far away. Notice how the space around you feels softer. The air is a little cooler, a little quieter. The effort of the day is loosening its hold, just a little more with each breath. In your mind, begin to imagine a calm, open stretch of water at night. The sky above is dark and gentle. The moon is resting high and quiet, its soft light spreading over the surface like a thin silver blanket. You are lying on your back, floating. The water is warm enough that it feels almost like air. It holds you easily, without asking for anything in return. Feel the way it supports every part of you, the back of the head, the shoulders, the arms, the hips, the legs, all of you held all at once with no effort needed. Breathing in, notice the faint rise of your chest. Breathing out, notice how the body seems to sink just a little deeper into this support. The water moves with your breath, almost as if it is breathing along with you. Above, the sky is wide and open. Stars rest in the dark, unhurried and calm. They do not push or try. They simply hang there, shining quietly, doing only what comes naturally. You are as safe here as the stars are safe in the sky. The water knows how to hold you. The night knows how to watch over you. For a moment, you may notice the old habit of trying to stay in control. That tiny impulse to hold yourself up, to keep the muscles tense, just in case. It is an old friend from the waking world still trying to protect you. Feel that little cling to effort as it shows up, perhaps in the jaw, or the shoulders, or the belly. Wherever it appears, just notice it gently, the way you might notice a small wave touching your hand. Now imagine that each breath out is like loosening a knot in a rope. On the inhale, you are simply here. On the exhale, the rope unwinds a little more. One thread lets go, and then another, and then another. The water beneath you is steady, patient. It needs nothing from you. It is strong enough to hold you, even if you stop trying to float. Even if you stop trying altogether. Feel how the body begins to grow lighter, like driftwood that has been in the water for a long time. Every heavy part soaking, softening, becoming buoyant. The back loosens, the chest opens, the arms fall easily away from the sides. With the next breath, sense a gentle rocking, almost too small to notice at first. A tiny rise as a soft wave lifts you. A tiny fall as it passes beneath. Up and down. A slow rhythm, unhurried, like a cradle moving in the dark. Each lift is calm. Each return is deeper, quieter, safer. Your thoughts, if they come, may arrive like small boats on the horizon. Plans, memories, stray worries. See them approach from far away on the dark surface. Then watch them drift past, carried by a current that does not need your guidance. You do not have to push them away. You do not have to pull them closer. They come, they pass, they fade, all while you continue to float. The night air is cool on your face. You might sense the faintest suggestion of a breeze, gliding over your skin, over the water, over the world. This breeze is in no hurry either. It simply passes, gentle and kind. With each breath, the body feels more spacious on the inside. The chest is like a quiet room with open windows. The belly is soft. No need to hold anything in. Even the space behind the eyes feels wider, more open, more at ease. Every small wave that rocks you is an invitation to release. At the top of each slow rise there is a brief still moment, a soft pause where nothing moves at all. Then you are carried back down again, deeper into rest. Notice how trust begins to grow here. Not a loud or dramatic trust, a shy, quiet trust that whispers, "It's all right to let go now." The water has you. The night has you. You do not need to keep watch. You do not need to be on guard. Feel the skin of your back resting into this support, as if the water were a gentle living mattress, shaped exactly for you. It curves around you, follows your outline, understands your weight. Nothing is too heavy. If some part of you still holds on, that is all right. You do not have to force anything to relax. Just allow that part to be cradled too, just as it is, still wrapped in its effort. The water can hold effort as easily as it holds ease. Above, the stars stay very quiet. They do not call to you or demand anything. They shine softly like tiny, steady breaths in the distance. They remind you that everything in this night is allowed to simply be. You are not doing the floating. Floating is happening to you. You are not making the water gentle. The water is gentle on its own, and you are simply resting in that gentleness. The body grows lighter again, almost like mist resting on the surface. Boundaries begin to blur. Where does the body end and the water begin? There is no need to know. With every slow inhale, more space. With every slow exhale, more surrender. The mind itself begins to loosen around the edges, soft and wide, like the night sky. Thoughts become distant, like stars half hidden behind a light cloud. You sense them, but they no longer pull. They do not have sharp corners here. They are rounded, dim, almost sleepy themselves. The quiet rocking continues. Up a little, pause, down a little, pause. At the crest of each wave, you rest in stillness for a heartbeat longer. At the bottom of each wave, you settle into deeper trust, deeper softness. Nothing to fix, nothing to reach for. Only this gentle motion and this calm support. If you listen inwardly now, you might notice how safe this surrender feels, as if some deeper part of you has always known how to float, as if the body remembers this ease, this weightlessness, from long ago. The night wraps around you like a soft blanket of air. Moonlight touches the water in a thin glimmering path that does not disturb its calm. You lie at the center of this quiet scene, utterly at rest, barely stirring the surface, breath by breath. Even the wish to manage anything begins to fade. You are not steering. You are not choosing the direction of the waves. You are simply being carried, exactly enough, nowhere urgent, nowhere at all. Trust settles into your muscles. Trust settles into your bones. Trust settles into the spaces between thoughts, in the quiet gaps where no words are needed. Now the water feels almost like the night itself, holding you from below. The sky feels almost like another ocean, holding you from above. You are suspended between them, light and safe, in a soft, endless cradle. In this place, the world has gone slow and gentle. Time drifts, the mind drifts, the body floats, weightless and warm. Stay here in this easy, quiet rocking. Let the waves move as slowly as they like. Let the night hold you exactly as you are. Nothing is required. Nothing is urgent. Only this softness. Only this steady, silent support. As you continue to drift, lighter and lighter, into the deep, peaceful dark. The night is very soft now, quiet, close. It is as if the room itself is leaning in, gently, kindly, to keep you company. Nothing demanding, nothing loud, only a calm, steady presence in the dark. You are here, breathing in this safe, quiet space, warm enough, held enough. You do not have to be anywhere else. You do not have to be anything else. Any sharp edges from the day can loosen now. Any hard thoughts about yourself can soften at the corners. They do not need to be solved or fixed. They are allowed to grow quiet, like voices fading at the end of a long conversation. If some part of you still feels tense or unsure, it is welcome here too. You do not need to push it away. You can simply notice it the way you might notice a small crease in a blanket. Seen, accepted, gently smoothed with time and warmth. In this soft dark, you are not being judged. Not by the walls, not by the bed, not by this quiet voice. Every part of you is allowed to rest, even the parts that think they should not. You have done enough for today, even if your mind insists otherwise. Even if it says you should have done more, you are still allowed to rest completely right now. It is okay to be tired. It is okay to feel worn at the edges. It is okay to not have it all together. You are still worthy of kindness. You are still worthy of peace. Imagine a small garden at night, hidden behind a quiet house. The air is cool and gentle. The world has gone soft and blue around the edges. In that garden, fireflies drift slowly through the dark. Each tiny light appears, glows, then fades. Not in a hurry, not trying to be brighter than the others, just softly blinking in their own time. Your thoughts can be like that now. One drifts in. It glows for a moment, then it fades back into the dark, making room for the next gentle light. You do not need to chase any of them. You do not need to hold them still or understand them fully. They are allowed to come and go. They are allowed to wander off into the quiet night. In the center of that garden there is a simple wooden bench, smooth from years of use. It waits patiently, never asking for anything, always ready to support whoever rests upon it. You may imagine yourself sitting there, or just knowing that it is there for you, if you ever want it. A place that does not ask questions. A place that does not measure your worth. A place that simply holds you, exactly as you are. You are enough to sit upon that bench. You are enough to rest in that garden. You are enough to lie here now, in your own bed, letting the night wrap around you. far away, in a small window, a candle flickers. Its flame is slow and steady, dancing a little with each tiny movement of the air. Not a harsh light, not a spotlight or a glare, just a warm, quiet glow. That candle does not burn to prove anything. It does not worry if its flame is strong enough. It simply shines at its own gentle level, and that is more than enough. You are like that candle. You do not have to blaze. You do not have to impress anyone right now. Your presence, just as it is a quiet, warm light in the dark. Even when you feel dim, you are still there. Even when you are exhausted, your worth does not fade. You are allowed to set down every heavy expectation and simply breathe in this softness. If any harsh words rise in your mind about yourself, let them move to the edge of your awareness. They can stand far away, like distant figures in the dark. They do not get to stand right beside your heart tonight. Closer in, near your heart, keep only the voices that are gentle, the ones that say, "You did your best with what you had. You are allowed to rest now. You are not required to be perfect, to deserve peace." Feel how the bed holds you, quiet, steady, unchanging. It does not ask you to be cheerful. It does not ask you to be strong. It simply supports you. You are allowed to be fully supported. Nothing in you has to stay tense to deserve that. You can let your shoulders sink a little deeper. You can let your jaw soften. You can let your chest rise and fall in its own unhurried rhythm. At the foot of the bed, a small cat has curled into a ball. You might picture its slow, rhythmic breathing, the rise and fall of its tiny sides, its paws tucked in, its tail wrapped around its body, utterly sure that it is safe. The cat is not worried about tomorrow. It is not replaying old scenes or rewriting old conversations. It is simply here, warm and curled, trusting that this night will hold it. You are just as deserving of that quiet trust. You are just as entitled to curl inward, to rest, to let the world be far away for a while. Nothing important is being asked of you in this moment. Only that you breathe, only that you allow yourself to be here. If a part of you still whispers, "You should be doing more," another kinder part can answer softly, "Not now." Tonight, you rest. You are not behind. You are not failing. You are a human being who has carried so much, for so long. It is natural to be tired. It is natural to need gentleness. In this quiet space, you are cherished, exactly as you are. Not for what you accomplish, not for how well you hold everything together, but simply because you exist, because your heart beats, because you are here. If tears have ever come at night, they are understood here. If worries still hum faintly in the background, they are understood too. Nothing in you is too much. Nothing in you makes you unworthy of this softness. Every breath you take is a small, loving act toward yourself. Inhale and feel that you are receiving. Exhale and feel that you are letting go. A little tension loosening. A little room opening for peace. Quietly, almost like a lullaby without music, let these simple truths sink in. You are allowed to stop trying for a while. You are allowed to lie here and be nothing more than a body at rest, a mind slowly unwinding. You are allowed to be held by the night. The garden with its fireflies still exists for you whenever you need it. The quiet bench waits. The distant candle glows with its soft, steady flame. The small cat at the foot of the bed breathes in calm, slow waves. All of these gentle images are like blankets being tucked around your thoughts, one at a time, softly. No rush. Here, in this dim, tender space, you are safe enough to soften, safe enough to drift, safe enough to let every part of you be exactly as tired, as tender, as quiet as it needs to be. Nothing more is required. Nothing more is expected. Only this soft breathing, this gentle dark, this quiet sense of being held just as you are, as the night settles around you. Evening is beginning to gather around you now, soft and unhurried. The day is no longer bright, and night is not yet fully here. You are standing at the edge of a gentle path where the world feels quiet, and the air feels almost like a sigh. The ground beneath your feet is soft and steady. You can sense the coolness of the earth, the faint scent of leaves and gentle soil, the light hush of the evening settling down. Far ahead, along the path, a few warm lanterns hang from low branches, their glow calm and golden in the deepening blue. You take a slow, easy breath. Nothing asks anything of you here. No tasks, no decisions, no effort. Only a quiet path and the simple act of moving one step at a time. Your first steps are slow and relaxed. You notice the soft sound of your feet on the earth, a quiet rhythm, steady and comforting. Each step feels like a small release, a small letting go, as though the ground is gently receiving the weight of the day. The forest around you is calm. Trees rise up on either side, their trunks darkening as the light fades, their leaves whispering softly in the air. The lanterns hanging from the branches sway just a little, as if breathing with you, as if they know you are here to rest. With every step, the sounds of the busy world drift further away. No rush, no noise, no pull from outside. Only the soft brush of your clothing as you move, the faint rustle of leaves, the gentle tap of a lantern cord stirring above you. The sky overhead is slowly deepening. Colors are beginning to soften, edges blurring just a little, as though the evening is smoothing everything out. Shapes are still clear enough to feel safe and held, but shadows are growing longer, kinder, more embracing. Another slow breath moves through you. On the inhale, you feel the cool evening air, clean and light. On the exhale, you allow anything restless inside you to loosen, to flow down through your body and into the soft earth below. The lanterns along the path glow like little islands of warmth. As you walk beneath each one, there is a brief moment where the light touches your face, gentle and golden, then slips behind you. You do not need to look back. You simply continue forward, into the calm, into the softening dark. Soon you notice a faint sound to one side, a slow silver sound, like water moving in the distance. You turn gently along a curve in the path, and the trees open just enough to reveal a river. The river moves quietly beside you, flowing in an easy, unbroken line. Its surface catches the last hints of daylight, holding a soft band of silver and pale blue, like a piece of evening sky laid down upon the earth. The sound is soft and steady, a low, constant murmur, the kind of sound that lets thoughts drift apart and fade. You walk now with the river at your side. Your footsteps and the water begin to weave together, two simple rhythms, one of earth, one of flow. Step and whisper of water, step and gentle murmur. As you continue, the lanterns become a little more distant from one another. The space between them deepens, shadows grow more velvety around you, and the light from each lantern seems softer, more delicate, almost like a breath on the air. Colors around you are beginning to melt into one another. Greens turn to dark moss and deep teal, browns to soft charcoal, the sky to a wide, peaceful blue-black. Nothing is sharp now. Everything is rounded, quiet, and kind. Inside you, something mirrors this change. Thoughts that were bright and insistent earlier are now dimmer, further away. They move like small clouds across a very wide sky, noticed for a moment, then allowed to drift on, leaving the space above you calm and open. You pass beneath another lantern. Its light feels almost like a gentle hand resting on your shoulder for a brief moment, warm and reassuring. Then, as you move beyond it, you enter a stretch of path where the only glow comes from the soft reflection of the sky on the river. Here, the sound of your footsteps grows even quieter. The ground is cushioned, almost muffled, as though the earth is padding every step. You feel supported, carried, as if the path itself is guiding you gently forward, without effort, without any need to think about where you are going. The river beside you is darker now, its surface a deep, calm mirror. From time to time, a faint gleam of starlight touches it, then disappears. The steady, flowing sound is like a lullaby for the mind, soothing the edges of every thought, rounding them down into something soft and slow. Your body begins to feel heavier in a pleasant way. Shoulders fall a little more. The muscles of your face relax. Your jaw is loose. Your hands rest easily at your sides or folded in front of you, with no tightness at all. You notice how each breath now feels smooth and simple, in and out. Nothing forced, nothing controlled. Breath moves like the river, like the path, quiet and natural, without any need for effort. Above, the sky has deepened into a rich, gentle velvet. You sense the presence of distant stars beginning to appear, not harsh or bright, but soft, like tiny openings into a deeper quiet. Their calm hangs above you, steady and reassuring. Around you, the forest is no longer a place of shapes and details. It has become more like a single, embracing presence, holding you in its deep, restful hush. You feel safe here, wrapped in the slow, rhythmic sounds of night beginning. As you walk, you reach a small clearing by the river, where the path widens and then eases into a soft, open space. The ground here feels especially gentle, like a natural cushion. The lanterns are a little dimmer in this place, casting a delicate circle of warm light that fades smoothly into the darkness beyond. You find yourself drawn to the center of this quiet space. Here, the river is closest, its voice a steady, soothing low sound. The air is cool against your skin, yet your body feels warm and comfortable, as though wrapped in a light, familiar blanket. You allow yourself to come to stillness now. The path has led you to this resting place, this small, secret pocket of peace by the water. Standing here, or perhaps settling down gently to sit or lie near the soft edge of the river, you feel the support of the ground beneath you, steady and kind. The lantern light touches you one last time, a slow golden glow that feels like a calm goodnight. Beyond the clearing, the forest stretches into darkness, not as something unknown, but as a warm, quiet background, a soft curtain drawn around your rest. Your breath is slow and even. In this moment, there is nothing to hold on to and nothing to push away. Thoughts may still appear, but they are gentle now, distant, like small ripples on the river, soon smoothing out into stillness. The sound of the water moves through you like a calm, steady whisper, loosening the last bits of tension, inviting every part of you to soften. Shoulders, arms, hands, neck, jaw, the space around your eyes, all of it easing, all of it resting. The path you walked is still there behind you, but it no longer needs your attention. You have arrived in the heart of the evening, in a place where nothing is required, where time seems to slow and deepen, like the darkening sky. Here you can simply drift with your breath, drift with the river, drift with the quiet night gathering gently around you. The lanterns grow softer, the forest grows quieter, the river's murmur becomes almost like your own inner silence, a low, comforting presence that holds you as you begin to slip towards sleep. Nothing more to do now, just this calm body, this soft mind, this peaceful night. And as you rest here, on the edge of the river and the edge of sleep, the world around you fades into a gentle blur, edges softening, thoughts dissolving, until only quiet remains, deep and still, waiting for you in the darkness. The day is already falling away behind you now. Nothing to do, nowhere to go, just this soft pocket of time, opening around you like a warm, quiet room. Feel how the space you are in is gently holding you. The bed or couch or place where your body rests is steady and supportive. You do not have to hold yourself up. You are already being held. Let your eyes soften, or close if they have not closed yet. Notice how the simple act of closing the eyes makes the world a little quieter. Shapes fade, edges blur, and the inside of your awareness begins to glow a little more clearly. Take a slow, unhurried breath in. Not a deep breath, not a forced breath. Just an easy, natural inhale. And as you breathe out, feel the weight of the day sliding a little farther away. Again, a gentle breath in, and a long, soft breath out, like the body is sighing in relief, even if no sound is made. Nothing to fix, nothing to change. Now begin to notice the sounds around you. Perhaps they are very quiet. Perhaps there are distant noises, soft and vague. A car passing far away, a faint hum in the background. Whatever is here, let it be here. Listen without leaning forward. Listen without trying to catch each sound. Allow sounds to appear and fade, like ripples on a still pond. They rise for a moment, and then they fall away again. As you listen, begin to notice something else. The silence between the sounds. The stillness that sits underneath each noise, like a soft cushion. A car passes, and then there is a pause. A creak in the room, and then quiet. Let your attention rest in those little gaps, those soft pockets of nothing, the way the air feels when the sound has just ended, that gentle open space that asks nothing of you at all. When a new sound comes, you can simply notice it, and when it goes, you can feel the way silence returns, almost like a slow wave folding back to shore. Always returning, always there. Feel how this silence is not empty. It has a kind of warmth to it, a soft, quiet presence, like a wide, soft blanket of calm that spreads out in every direction. As you rest here, begin to sense the stillness underneath your own body, the stillness of the mattress or cushions beneath you, so steady, completely unmoving, willing to hold you for as long as you need. Notice where your body meets that support, the weight of your head, the heaviness of your shoulders, the gentle pull of gravity through your back, your hips, your legs. You do not have to resist that pull. You can simply allow yourself to be heavy. With each breath out, feel a little more weight settling down. Muscles untighten, bones sink a bit deeper into comfort. You are being cradled by stillness from below. Even though tiny movements might still be happening, the deeper layer is very calm. Perhaps your fingers shift a little, or your tongue moves in your mouth, or your chest lifts and falls with breath. All of that is fine. All of that is gentle. Beneath those small movements, sense the quiet body, the way the larger shape of you is simply resting, not going anywhere, not doing anything important. Just here. If thoughts wander in, they can be soft, like clouds crossing a wide, pale sky. They drift in, they drift out. You do not have to hold on to them. You do not have to push them away either. The sky is not bothered by the clouds. The deep stillness beneath your thoughts is not bothered by the thoughts themselves. It is just here, steady and wide, holding everything. Now gently bring your awareness to your breath again. Notice the feeling of air at the tip of your nose or in the back of your throat, the coolness or the warmth, the subtle movement in your chest or belly. Between each breath in and each breath out, there is a tiny pause, a brief, soft resting, like a door that has not yet swung open to the next moment. You do not need to change it. Just sense it, breathing in, then that quiet, natural pause, breathing out, and again, that gentle, empty space, right before the next inhale arrives on its own. Let your awareness rest in that pause now and then, not every breath, not as a task, but as a place you can touch and then let go. A small doorway into a much larger stillness. Notice too the rhythm of your heartbeat. You may feel it in your chest, or in your hands, or simply as a sense that life is pulsing quietly within you. The heart continues its soft, steady work without needing your effort. Beat after beat, moment after moment. Between each heartbeat, there is also a tiny silence, a tiny rest. Life moves, and then pauses, and then moves again, like a lullaby of motion and quiet, always in balance. Begin to sense beneath the breath and beneath the heartbeat a deeper quiet, a calm, wide space that is not rushing anywhere. That seems to sit behind everything else like a soft backdrop. It does not depend on what you think or feel. It is here, no matter what. Imagine, if it feels nice, that this deep quiet is like a gentle, night-colored blanket wrapped all around you, above you, beneath you, at your sides. A blanket made of stillness and ease. You do not have to reach out for it. You are already inside it, held from every direction by this soft, unwavering calm. The more you notice it, the more it seems to expand. The more it expands, the safer and more at ease you feel. Any little restlessness that remains can simply float on the surface of this stillness. A small ripple on a deep, peaceful lake. You do not need to settle the ripple. The depth below is already undisturbed. Thoughts might still come, like gentle visitors passing through a quiet room. Sensations might shift. Sounds might appear and fade. All of it can happen inside this larger silence that gently surrounds you. Feel how this stillness asks nothing of you. No effort, no performance, no decisions. It gives you all the space you need to simply be as you are. If the mind tries to tighten around something, you can notice that soft blanket of quiet again. Around your shoulders, around your legs, around your heart, even around your thoughts. Each exhale can feel like you are leaning back into it, leaning back into a soft, unseen support. You do not fall. You do not fail. You are caught and held and allowed to rest. The world can continue its movement outside this room. But here, inside this gentle space, time can slow down, moments can stretch, breaths can lengthen, everything can soften. If you like, sense the stillness now as a gentle glow in the center of your chest. Not bright, not dramatic, just a warm, quiet presence that says, "It is all right to rest now. You are safe to let go." Let your jaw slacken a little more. Let your shoulders drop a little heavier. Let your stomach loosen and soften. Let your legs be as heavy as they wish to be. Nothing to hold up, nothing to brace against. Each small wave of tension that leaves the body is like another layer sinking into this quiet. You are being cradled in it, from below, from above, from inside your own breath, completely surrounded by ease. You may notice as you relax that gaps between thoughts grow longer. A thought comes, then a longer quiet. Another thought, then another stretch of stillness. The quiet between them begins to feel like home. Allow yourself to rest in that home now. Not as an idea, as a feeling. A sense of soft, open space within you and around you, holding you gently. Breath moves all by itself. The heart beats all by itself. Sleep will come all by itself, in its own kind and perfect time. Nothing is needed from you. You are safe to drift at the edge of this deep, warm silence. Safe to let the body grow heavier and heavier. Safe to let the mind grow softer and quieter. Safe to be carried by this wide, peaceful stillness that has been here all along. And as you sink a little further into it now, everything becomes simple, soft, quiet, easy, just resting, held in a vast, gentle silence that will keep holding you as the night grows deeper and you drift wherever your rest most needs to go. The night is very soft here, quiet, unhurried. All around, the edges of things are beginning to blur. Shapes grow gentle in the dimness. Sounds fade into one another, like distant waves turning over in the dark. Notice how the day has slipped far away behind you. All its sharp lines, all its clear demands, are somewhere back there, out of reach now. What remains is this simple feeling of being here, breathing, resting. The body knows this time, this slow falling away. Muscles that once held you upright are no longer needed. They can loosen, as if they too are growing sleepy. Feel the outline of your body on the bed. At first it might seem clear and firm. Shoulders here, hips there, feet resting in their own familiar way. And then, slowly, the boundaries start to soften. The place where your back meets the surface beneath you becomes warm and vague. The edges of your arms feel less solid, more like a gentle presence than a fixed shape. As the breath moves in and out, the whole body can begin to feel a little hazy. Not quite as defined, not quite as separate. Just here, floating in its own calm space. Imagine a quiet shoreline at night. At first, you can see where the sand ends and the sea begins. Then a low mist drifts in. Not heavy, just enough to soften the line until the sand and water blend into one gentle, silver-grey stretch. The mind can be like that shoreline. Thoughts are like the shapes along the sand. They seem clear when you stare straight at them. Stories about the day, little plans for tomorrow, old memories that rise and fall like small waves. Now a soft mist of sleep begins to drift in. Nothing is forced. Nothing is pushed away. Thoughts are simply wrapped in a light grey veil, edges melting, sounds becoming muffled and distant. If a thought appears, let it be there for a moment. Then picture it slowly fading into the mist. Not gone, just quieter. Less sharp, like a voice calling from far, far down the beach. Almost too far to hear. The room around you is quiet. Even if there are sounds, they can fold themselves into the background. A car in the distance, a creak in the walls, a soft movement of air. Everything blends into one slow, steady hush. Nothing demands your attention. Nothing needs to be solved or fixed. You are allowed to drift. Notice again how your body feels now. The outline might be even harder to find, as if the bed is rising up to meet you, holding each part of you without effort, as if the edges of you and the edges of the bed are gently dissolving into one shared stillness. The head can feel lighter, like it is resting on a small cloud rather than a pillow. The face smooths, the tiny muscles around the eyes soften and release. The jaw rests easily, with no need to hold on. Behind the closed eyes there may be a soft darkness, not empty, more like the deep velvety sky on a quiet night. Somewhere inside that darkness the mind begins to float. Thoughts, if they come, arrive like faraway echoes. They touch the edge of awareness and then slide away, back into the dark. Words lose their grip. Pictures blur at the sides, like dreams that are already beginning to fade, even as they form. Breath continues on its own, slow and kind. The chest rises a little, falls a little, each breath a small wave washing over the shore, smoothing the sand, erasing any sharp line that was left. With every exhale, the sense of having to be someone, doing something, grows fainter. What remains is only this simple presence, warmth, weight, a gentle floating inside your own skin. The hands may feel distant now, not gone, just farther away, as though they belong to a body that is already half dreaming. Feet might feel the same, a soft heaviness, or perhaps a lightness as if they are untethered, resting just above the surface. Either way is fine. Everything is allowed. In this soft place, nothing has to make sense. You do not have to follow the thread of any thought. You can let the threads fall one by one onto the quiet floor of the mind. They will wait. They are not needed now. Picture yourself lying at the edge of a calm sea at night. You cannot quite tell where land ends and water begins. A gentle mist, a thin veil of silver hangs low. Your body is somewhere in that in-between place, not fully on the shore, not fully in the water, just resting in the soft middle. The sound of the waves is slow and even. They breathe in, they breathe out. Their rhythm is your rhythm. Steady, soothing, unbroken. Over time, even the sense of lying there begins to loosen. Awareness spreads out, a little wider, then a little wider still. You might feel as though you are drifting just above yourself, safe, held, wrapped in the quiet of the night. Nothing about this has to be clear. It can all stay vague and gentle, just a feeling of floating, suspended between waking and sleep. If a part of the mind is still somewhat awake, that is all right. It can rest too, like a small boat anchored in a still bay. The boat may rock very slightly with each breath, back and forth, so calm that the movement becomes almost unnoticeable. Thoughts may now arrive only as faint impressions, a color, a hint of a face, the shadow of a word that never fully forms, all of them passing through, leaving almost no trace. The body sinks a little deeper into the surface below, weight spreading out, edges disappearing. It is harder to tell where you end and the bed begins. Everything melts into one continuous softness. Here, in this gentle in-between, you are free to let go completely. Nothing is required of you. No next step, no plan. Only this slow, sweet slide into deeper ease. If sleep comes now, it can move over you like a warm tide, covering the stones of the day. If sleep waits at the edge, you can simply rest where you are, in the half-light of almost dreaming. Both are peaceful. Both are allowed. The voice you are hearing can begin to fade into the background, like the last colors of evening dissolving into night. The words matter less and less. Only the feeling remains. Calm, open, unhurried. Breath moves in and out on its own. Thoughts drift farther away. The body lies heavy and soft, or light and floating, held gently, without effort. Nothing to do now, nothing to hold, just this quiet space, widening around you, edges gone, night all around. Let yourself rest here, in this soft, formless calm, drifting just beyond the edges, carried by the dark, carried by your own quiet. And now the words can grow softer and softer still, until they are only a distant murmur far away, and you are free to slip silently into whatever deep, peaceful sleep is waiting. The night is very soft now, quiet, unhurried. The body has learned the rhythm of slow breathing. The mind has loosened its grip on the day. Everything feels just a little farther away, a little less sharp. Nothing more is needed. Nothing more has to be done. This moment is already enough. If thoughts still drift through, they can move like clouds across a dark sky. Slow, gentle, harmless. You are allowed to be exactly as you are. Awake or drowsy, still thinking, or already fading into dreams. All of it is welcome here. Notice how the bed holds you, how the weight of your body is carried for you. There is nothing you need to hold up on your own. You can sink into this support and let it wrap around you. The air is quiet. Time feels slower here, almost as if the night itself is breathing with you. In and out, so calm, so steady. The day has folded itself away behind you. Every responsibility is sleeping in its own place now. They will still be there in the morning, waiting calmly, but for now they are dim and fast like houses with their lights gently turned off. Here, in this soft pocket of darkness, only this breath matters. Only this gentle weight of your body. Only this feeling of being safely inside the night. If any part of you still feels busy, you do not have to fight it. Just imagine that part being wrapped slowly in a warm, quiet blanket of rest. Edges softening, voices fading until only a hush remains. You might feel a little distance forming between you and your thoughts, as though the mind is resting a few steps away, keeping watch from a gentle distance while the deeper part of you slips into calm. You do not have to follow anything now, not a story, not a plan, not even these words. They are simply here if you wish to float with them, like a leaf drifting on a slow, dark river. If you feel yourself drifting, you can let go of the meaning of each word. Let them become soft sounds, a quiet murmur in the background, comforting, steady, asking nothing of you. Every breath is a small blessing. Inhale, and the night brings in cool, gentle space. Exhale, and the body lets go of one more layer of effort. Bit by bit, release by release, you are doing less and less. It is safe to pause here, safe to rest, safe to be held by this slowing darkness. The mind does not have to solve anything. It does not have to remember, or decide, or arrange. All of that can wait. The night understands. Imagine a soft dim light deep inside your chest, like the last glow of evening on the horizon. It does not need to shine brightly. It just rests there quiet and warm, a small, steady presence. Around that gentle glow, everything grows slower, quieter, more spacious. Thoughts thin out, words become softer, and silence begins to fill the spaces between. Even if sleep has not yet come, you are already in the field of rest, already in the place where you do not have to try. Simply lying here is enough. Breathing is enough. Existing is enough. If a worry tries to rise, it can be set down beside the bed like shoes left at the doorway. You do not need to carry it under the covers with you. It will be there in the morning if it is still needed. For now, it can rest too. You are allowed to be cared for by this quiet, to feel as if something gentle is keeping watch softly without needing to be seen or named. Just a sense that you are not alone in this darkness, that the night itself is friendly. Notice again how still you can become, how the body knows how to settle all by itself. Muscles slacken, the jaw loosens, the eyes rest heavily in their sockets. Nothing needs to hold on tight anymore. If you are still listening, let these moments arrive like slow waves on a calm shore. Each breath, a wave that rolls in and then slides back. Over and over, soothing, repeating, never asking for effort. You do not have to keep up with anything. You can drift behind or ahead or gently float beside these words. They will continue softly, without pulling you. Feel how precious this stillness is. Even if the mind is not completely quiet, there is a deeper quiet underneath it, like the calm floor beneath a moving ocean. You are touching that deeper quiet now. even if only a little. Nothing needs to be perfect. Sleep does not need to arrive on command. Rest is already happening here in the slowing of thoughts, here in the ease of your breath, here in the softness gathering around you. This is a tender moment, a small, gentle pause in the middle of a much larger life. You are allowed to receive it fully, without doing anything to earn it, just by being here. May this night be kind to you. May your body feel held and safe. May your mind find spaces of quiet where it can gently lay down its burdens. If dreams come, let them be soft and easy. If wakefulness lingers, let it be peaceful and untroubled. Either way, you are wrapped in the same calm night. Nothing more needs to happen now. You can stay just as you are. Eyes closed or open, thoughts wandering or fading, guided only by this slow, quiet comfort. These words are becoming softer now, lighter, almost transparent. You may hear them less with your mind, and more as a faint, distant presence, somewhere on the edge of awareness. Stay where you are. No need to move, no need to answer, no need to reach for anything at all. The night will hold you. The breath will carry you. Rest will find you in its own time. A soft calm gathers around you like a warm blanket of silence. It will remain even as the words grow thin and the spaces between them grow wide and quiet. For now, simply lie here, breathing gently, doing nothing, being gently watched over by this kind, deep, hushed night. Good night, so quietly now. Good night.